This summer, Wildfire closed Black Canyon of the Gunnison. I was working here, but never saw what came after. Until now. The Black Canyon is unlike anywhere else in Colorado, and quite frankly, the world. The cliffs are sheer and unforgiving, dropping thousands of feet straight to the Gunnison River. At Painted Wall, the cliffs rise higher than the Empire State Building. You can see pegmatite veins twisting through the gneiss like dragons frozen in stone. Black Canyon of the Gunnison was my first junior ranger badge that I got when I was 4. And I wore that sucker every single day for like months. It's all scratched up and abused because I just, Mom, put my badge on. Dad, put my badge on. And I still have it, and I still have the little hat that I got too, which was impressive that my parents bought me that hat, but I think they knew that this was going to be important. That's why it's kind of important that this was a park that I worked at for me, and became a ranger at, and get to inspire the next generation of kids. And with that meant I spent a lot of time in this park, and got to explore it and see all the nooks and crannies, and to see it have changed so much is a lot, emotionally. I just wanted to talk a little bit about what happened when the fire started in the area. I lived about 50 miles away from the park itself and from the fire. But the lightning storm, the thunderstorm that caused the fire, traveled well over 50 miles. And everyone was woken up that morning by a huge clap of thunder. And I was kind of like, oh, that's not great, but oh well. I get to work. I find out that there is a small fire on both rims of the Black Canyon of the Gunnison, but continue on with my day. I end up on a boat tour with law enforcement, and as we were getting off of the boat, the law enforcement gets the call that they need to go to Black Canyon to help with the evacuation for the fire. We're like, oh, we need to get back to our visitor center to help with the chaos from the fire, because there surely is chaos. And there was. And then that was my Friday. Going into the weekend was a little stressful because I didn't have any updates. I had to go ask other people for updates on the fire. And that night we were all a little stressed because 50 miles for a fire is not unheard of in a day. Fires can travel very fast. Probably wasn't going to jump the lake to get to us, but I got a go bag prepared. I had the list of things in my head. Here's the 5-minute list. I have 5 minutes to get out. Here's the 20-minute list. I have 20 minutes to get out of the building. What do I take? One of the cool things I did get to see because of this, because I lived on Colorado's largest body of water, which is less than 50 miles away from the fire, one of the firefighting efforts was to bring in a super scooper plane to come scoop up the water from the lake and dump it on the fire. So we had a day, it was just one day of the planes coming in, scooping the water and dumping it on the fire. Probably would have gone for longer, except at the same time there was this other really big fire at another national park, the Dragon Bravo fire on the north rim of the Grand Canyon. So that plane got transferred over there and they were making runs from Lake Powell to the north rim of the Grand Canyon. Obviously, everyone was pretty sad and stressed about the park with the fire, but we have to find some joy in some things. It was kind of humorous the number of times that we got confused for the Grand Canyon, because both parks had fires, and so people were calling Black Canyon of the Gunnison asking if the Grand Canyon was open. So we had some information on their fires. I would not be surprised if their phone calls got some phone calls about Black Canyon of the Gunnison too, because they're both canyons and they both were on fire. Some of the interesting things I did find out while working with this fire was the general public gets pretty much all of the fire knowledge. We, as park rangers in the park, didn't really have any extra information, except a few things of like, this thing burned and this thing didn't burn before the general public. We didn't get any early updates that than the general public did. Some other positives that we had to find in things. I bet that wildflowers next spring are going to be spectacular at Black Canyon of the Gunnison after the fire. This canyon is a part of my story, and being entrusted to protect it was one of the greatest honors of my life. When I left my position at the end of the season, that question was still hanging in the air. What happened to the Black Canyon?
So we are headed into Black Canyon of Gunnison. And this is the first time, one of us, but especially Grace, been here since fire.
Yeah, I was at park just having a good work day at the park the day before the fire started. So I was there right before it, and we were in the area, and I was like, let's go look. Because when I left work, wasn't quite at a point where I could come up and look.
Oh wow. You can see the campground. Right in front. Oh yeah. I didn't know that was there.
Yeah, I didn't either.
Oh yeah, look at the campground was right here.
Yeah, I didn't know it was right here. They're all burnt. We did all this work to fix up the B loop too, and I didn't know that's what a bear box looks like when it's caught on fire.
Yeah. I didn't either. Well, oh. Wow, I didn't realize the campground was right here.
I didn't either. Oh, Uplands? Yeah, I knew Uplands Trail had used totally burnt. Coming back now feels a little overwhelming. The park is still closed in many areas. And it's hard not to feel grief. This place shaped me, and seeing it scarred is painful. And the Tamichi Wilderness Route starts in that little valley right there.
Oh,
down
okay.
into the canyon, which somebody had to hike down and during the evacuation because somebody was supposed to spend the night down there that night.
Oh.
And so somebody hiked down there, got them, and they all hauled their butts back up.
Oh, jeez.
And
Can you imagine us if we had had to haul ourselves out of there that same day? We'd have been dying.
because they knew vehicle for here, and so they were.
Oh, and they needed to. Their vehicle would have burned. They would have been stuck down there. Well, they would have been.
They would have got him. But yeah.
They probably would have been sending people down with pack rafts on the north rim to raft over and grab them again.
Yeah.
That would. Yeah. And then, I mean, these are new? I mean, they were here, but I think this is a lot of wood.
Well, if that was burned and this is burned,
And this is not.
it's probably.
Sign right here, there's a picture. There's a picture of the flames burning right over Black Canyon, the Gunnison sign. It's this one. This sign right here. You know what picture I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll put it in the video for you.
Yeah. And this here is you used to. There was a deck here. Walk
Oh.
here, and there's
Oh.
points of the deck.
Yeah.
There was a nice bench down there. I sat and ate lunch there a lot. Yeah. Yeah. My very first day of work, I came here, stood on this, and listened.
To a talk?
Yeah. To be honest, I'm a little surprised that they haven't pulled it up. You know.
Haven't got to it.
Yeah.
Well, you can smell the bathrooms here.
Yep. Yeah. I've had lunch right here too.
Grace did a terrible job.
I have a plant I came here to 7th graders on my very first field trip. And I had them identify plants. Which is honestly probably not any easier than it was then because it was cold enough that none of the oak had, nothing had leaves. And then we ate lunch right here. Yeah, I have a terrible job.
I guess it's a had. The
Oak are starting to come back. The roots are alive underneath these very almost dead trees. The roots
Yeah.
are alive and they're shooting up new leaves to start anew again.
because they need the greenery.
Yep,
You can see them coming
coming up.
here
Getting as much as sunshine as they can before it starts to snow.
and here and here and here and here.
Yep.
Yeah, look at them all coming back.
I have a lot of emotions, and I can't put words to them all necessarily, but there's a lot of sorrow and sadness, but also it's the natural way of life. It's the natural order of things. Things burn and then regrow healthier and stronger. It really is what doesn't kill you makes you stronger accurately describes a wildfire. Yeah. I'm gonna miss the old Black Gunnison, but time for the new Black Gunnison, right?
For me, this return was deeply personal. The canyon gave me my first junior ranger badge, and now, as a ranger, it's given me perspective on resilience. I'd love to hear your stories too. Have you ever returned to a place you loved after a fire or disaster? What did you feel? Share in the comments below. Join us next week as we head back into the San Juans for another off-road mountain adventure. That's not my face, but okay.
These are absolutely the original ones. I don't know if they were originally on this bathroom, but
We're under stage 2 also. By the way, we're to stage 2 fire of all the places to not have the fire information right. This is a weird one not to have it right.
No, it actually isn't, because guess who has to do it? Enter has to put the signs up.